Hey guys.
There's a fly.
Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey guys, welcome back to Deliberate. My name is Hungani Ndlovu and I'm an actor, dancer, YouTuber, hashtag the Ndlovu is uncut, amongst other things. But that's not important today because today I am here and I'm here to share my 2020 spiritual journey with you guys. So yeah, let's get right into it. If I could describe my 2020 spiritual journey using one word, it would be preoccupied. Yes, preoccupied. 2020 obviously was a very challenging year due to the pandemic. And for those of you who don't know, I also run, or rather used to, but let me just say run. So I run an artist development studio called Sands Group. And we teach acting, dancing, modeling. We run an agency, and we had just moved into a new space in Parkhurst, and things were looking good for us at the beginning of 2020, and I was very excited. And then March came.
The National Coronavirus Command Council has decided to enforce a nationwide lockdown for 21 days with effect from midnight on Thursday, the 26th of March.
And immediately we had to close the studio doors because of level 5 and all that kind of stuff. So instead of like immediately leaning on God and trusting where He will take me, I fell into believing and leaning into my own ability and my own skills and my own capabilities. I think I said the same thing in just 3 different ways. I felt like I needed to do something for the business. So immediately just figured, okay, cool, well, we're gonna move online without really doing enough research about online and the many different platforms one can use so that you make sure that your costs are being taken care of and all that kind of stuff, because going online was a very long-term vision for us. It wasn't something that was so immediate, and now we're trying to operate in the space that we're not familiar with, and we're trying to learn as we go, which was very, very challenging. And in all this time, your boy is not leaning on God. Yes, there's like a few prayers here and there, but they're all based on what I'm already doing. I'm not really asking God for guidance. It was literally like, okay, cool, I just did this thing, Lord, please, trusting in you that this was the right thing to do. It was like, yo, but you don't consult me about this. So that was like one of the sides why I feel like I was preoccupied. And then also just because I'm an actor, a dancer, so pretty much most, if not all, the freelance work stopped because there was no events, we couldn't go into studio and shoot and all that kind of restrictions. So then I thought to myself, okay, cool, well then how do I continue making some form of money? Yes, there's savings, but how do I continue making somewhat of the same amount of money I was making on a monthly in order to support the household the way I was before COVID? So a lot of things like came into my head, and if I'm being honest, a sense of panic did arise. So we eventually had to close down Sands Group. Yeah, I say this with great pain and sadness, but I'm trusting that God has a plan for us. Unfortunately, we will be closing the Sands Group doors. I don't know for how long. I don't know if we'll be opening up in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years. I don't know what plan God is driving us into, but He's in control and He will always see us through. So for everyone that was looking forward to joining Sands Group in 2021, I'm really sorry. But it is beyond my control at this point. So like there's a whole bunch of things that have happened, and to some degree I blamed myself for those things, and it was just like, that's not good for you, you know. I realized that to some degree this was to teach me that regardless of how things might look or how things are going, God is always in control. And if I can help myself and release the control that I think I have, because I actually don't, then things will be a lot better. So that was one of the realizations. And then another one was like, things are gonna happen, good and bad, and most of the time, like, it's so hard to recognize what's here to help me and what's here not to help me, or like what's here to harm me, if that makes sense. So I then again go into my own space, head, and try and think, okay, cool, think this for myself, think that for myself, without actually consulting God. So that was kind of another realization where it's like, if I can just ask for wisdom in order to be able to know and understand better, then things will work out a lot better for me. I hope that made sense. Some people have like verses that they run with throughout the year, like, oh, this is my verse for the year, and it helps them like in moments, and also when you're happy, when you're joyous, when you're sad, when you're down, when you're angry, when you're frustrated, all of that kind of stuff, and it still sticks with you and it like encourages you, etc. I happen to not really be that kind of a person, or rather, let me say, I haven't been that kind of a person. Maybe I should try to do that this year. In fact, not maybe. I'm going to do that this year. And what kind of helped me though, what kept me going, was, so my dad sends, we have a family WhatsApp group, and my dad sends basically verse of the day every single day without fail. And sometimes like that verse, without doing like extra reading on it or even meditating for a good amount of time on it, it will just like sit and really connect with me because of whatever I might be going through. And then I get like a reminder, he's still with me. But because of just like this overthinkingness, which was just like so overwhelming, it wouldn't last. So that like he's still with me wouldn't last, because then 2 days, 3 days down the line, we've left that verse, we've had a few other verses come through, but now there's still more challenges that are coming through on a daily basis. And what ended up actually happening, not that it was connected, but maybe it is because God, you know. What ended up happening is on Christmas Day, my wife, Stephanie, she prayed like throughout some weeks, I guess. I don't really know, she didn't share this part with me, but for everyone that was going to be at our Christmas lunch, which was basically like our family, our parents, siblings, and some friends. And she had a scripture that she felt God had laid in her heart for each and every single individual there, including the children, which was just really cool. Like, it was really awesome. And I think this is the scripture that I'm going to use to carry me through this current year, 2021. And the scripture is from Proverbs 9 verse 10, and I'm reading from NIV. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. This, like, it slapped me, uppercut me, sideways, front kicked, like it just, during the people, because it just like, that's honestly what your boy is needing and is seeking. So for that to happen at the time that it happened, it was just ideal. It was very essential for me, and I'm very, very grateful not only to God but to Steph, my wife, because she listened. And that's something that I need to do a lot more regularly. So that was very encouraging, and I think definitely Proverbs 9 verse 10 is going to be my verse for the year. I know this is a reflection on 2020, but because your boy didn't have, and I'm saying a boy like we're homies, but hey, because this is a safe space, I feel like, you know. So I really hope that will encourage somebody else who maybe is like me. Like, if you don't necessarily have a scripture that you carry throughout the year that helps to motivate you, encourage you, and keep you going, maybe this is the year to try it. like, what do you have to lose? And also, you're not trying it alone, you're trying it with me. So I wish I could say we could hold each other accountable, but God knows that we're doing it in spirit. So if you relate, join me. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really, really appreciate it. So does Team Deliberate. Team Deliberate. Please make sure that you comment down below. Let us know what your 2020 spiritual journey was like. It would be nice to share with one another, so that, you know, sometimes it's important to know that we're not alone. And already I can tell you, you're not alone. So let's share, comment down below, and yeah, let's encourage each other and just motivate one another. And if you like my vibe and you just really enjoyed spending some time with me on Deliberate, please make sure you check me out on my social media platforms at Hungani Ndlovu all over. Also, my YouTube channel with my lovely wife Stephanie at The Ndlovus Uncut, both on Instagram and here on YouTube. I want to wish you an amazing year 2021. God bless you and your family, and may his face shine upon you. May he keep you in the palm of his hands, and may you lean on him, and may you trust him with everything in your life. Come on, somebody. Much love. God bless.